back to my channel. I just got out of the shower, so if my hair is still a little bit wet or whatever, then please ignore it. This week we are going to be talking about resolutions, and I know that the term resolutions is kind of like a loaded term because when you make resolutions and you don't actually achieve them, it can kind of lower your self-esteem, make you feel bad, put you in more of a rut. So we are reframing that this year. This is going to be check-ins, and I'm really excited to see how it all goes, and we're going to keep each other on track, hold each other accountable, but also be gentle with ourselves. I will be showing you guys in this video how I use my planner and my Google Calendar to stay on track for the whole year. If you don't have a planner, if you don't use calendars on your phone, you could do either or. For me, both works best because I like writing things down physically, but I also know that I'm not always gonna remember to check my planner, so having the reminders on my phone is really helpful for me. This is my planner. It's very nice. There's nothing on it or anything. I got it from Ink and Volt. I've tried a lot of different planners before. I've tried bullet journaling. I've tried the Passion Planner. So far, this one is my favorite. So yeah, let's get into it. The first question that you want to ask yourself is, what kind of goals do I really want to keep this year? Another great thing to remember throughout the year is what kind of words of affirmation or little phrases are you going to be coming back to throughout the year that will keep your energy up and realign you with the kind of idea that you want to have going throughout this entire year. I'll share all of my stuff at the end of the video if you're interested, but I'm going to be sharing tips on how you guys can structure your year so that you are feeling the kind of ways that you want to be feeling throughout the year. Let me get my planner because this is the one that I'm going to be using a lot. Basically, the first step that you want to do is to set your intentions for the year. Obviously, all of us want to have a positive, happy year. The first thing that you're going to want to ask yourself, what would this year look like if it went perfectly? So what would you have? What would you be? What would you be doing? Kind of just envisioning that for yourself. You could write it down, you could think about it, you could talk about it. Just kind of imagining what your perfect 2022 would look like and kind of just seeing what things can branch off of that and things that you can do to then make that happen. Thing number two, going directly off of that, is you need to list your goals for the year. So this can be a bit more broad. You need to set yourself a big goal and then break it up into actionable steps. This is basically just kind of like the brainstorm process where we are thinking about and discussing all of the things that you could be doing this year to make yourself happier, make yourself more present, make yourself achieve the kinds of like goals that you want to have for this year. And step three is to plan. I love planning. It's one of my favorite things to do. If you're not a planner, that's okay. This video will help you kind of break down all the things you need to be doing. In your planning phase, this is where you're gonna wanna break out your journal or your calendar, physical calendar, or your calendar app. I use Google Calendars and I love it because you can color block. Sometimes you need to set yourself deadlines. Sometimes you need to just set reminders for yourself. You basically just need to break it up into smaller tasks so that each thing is a thing that you can check off your to-do list, because if it's just a general vague idea of something, it's not gonna happen. So one thing that you could say, for example, if you want to go outside more, is I want to visit a new place in my town once a month. And then maybe in your planner, every single month you can write new place I'm gonna visit, and then that month you can decide which place you're gonna visit. If you're writing something like a play or a book or whatever, you can say you wanna have a certain amount of pages done by each day, a certain amount of scenes, chapters, whatever, an outline, a rough draft, a rough draft, a final draft. You can set yourself all those goals this year by adding yourself reminders and due dates in your calendar app and or your planner. Another great thing that I love to do to remind myself to do things is have weekly and even daily to-do lists. Having a place in your phone where you can keep this is really great. I just watched one of MuchelleB's videos. She basically recommended this app called Google Keep, and it's so much better than the Notes app in your phone, and it's just kind of like a little thing of all of the notes and stuff that you're writing about, and you can delete them and add them really easily. You can have little to-dos. They're just kind of more impermanent. It's almost like sticky notes on your phone, and it works really well for me and I like it a lot. So that's great if you just use your phone for stuff. If you have a physical planner, writing down daily to-dos is great. I have like, let me see if I can show you how I have my whole week set up. Okay, so this is a blank week that I haven't filled out yet, but it's actually this week, so that's great for me. I have like all these boxes across the top, and I have it labeled as plans, so I would put in my work schedule here, or like things that I'm doing throughout the day. This one is to-dos, so I have like little to-dos for each day in this section. And then here at the bottom is just like notes and stuff, so I could just add some notes across the bottom. This system works really well for me. Kind of just having the freedom to write whatever you want is great for me personally. I know it's not gonna work for everyone, but having each section is really good because I felt like I never had enough space in other planners with time slots to like write down to-dos and other notes and things that I needed. Like for each day, it would just be like a weekly to-do list. And I'm like, no, my brain goes a million miles an hour. I need something for every single day. So for me, this works. If having the time slots works and just like a few little lines for notes at the bottom, the Passion Planner is a great one and I like it a lot. The Ink and Volt does the same trick, but it just gives you more space. It also has this thing where you have like a weekly goals list, and then it has like a little space where you can do a little journal prompt sort of thing. And I really like it a lot, but that's just me. Again, I'm not sponsored by Ink and Volt. I've just got this planner, I've tried a lot of them and I really like it so far. So now that we have all the 3 steps to kind of set yourself up for success throughout the year in order to achieve your goals, we have to then remember all of the filtering questions that we're gonna be asking ourselves throughout the year. So after setting all your goals, having your plan to achieve it throughout the year, we will be doing check-ins on this channel. So one question that you're gonna wanna ask yourself is, how are you going to get yourself back on track if you notice that you've slacked a little bit in your goals? One thing to remember is that you need to find ways to energize and reinvigorate yourself to achieve those goals, or if they're just not working out for you, then you can re-envision them. You can kind of like fix them up a little bit. So kind of reassessing based on your energy levels, your attention span, all of that stuff throughout the year. Obviously, we've all had lofty goals. Just keep yourself going. Even if you don't hit all of your goals, even if you keep moving, even a little bit of progress is better than no progress at all. So reassessing and perhaps changing some of your goals is totally fine if they're just not working for your lifestyle. Just do what works for you. Now that we've gone through all of the things to help you guys get your goals done, I will be sharing my goals for this year. This is mostly for me to keep myself accountable, but if you want to gain some inspiration from the things that I'm saying, then feel free. Here we go. One thing that I want to do just in general is kind of find a weekly schedule that works for me and makes me feel motivated and creative and holds me accountable. One way that I can definitely achieve this is by time blocking. Like I said, Jules Acree, hope I'm saying her name right, her video helped me a lot. I will put it down in the description. It is like, mwah, I love it. It has changed my whole Google Calendar situation. Another goal that I'll be working on is trying to unplug more. I basically just want to be scrolling on social media less. I've set up timers so that I'm only spending an hour combined on social media, which is Instagram and TikTok. So I get 1 hour in total on both of those apps a day. And I just want to be spending more time reading, journaling, doing other stuff, going outside, or literally anything else but scrolling. I want to be reading at least 10 books this year. If more, great. If less, that's fine too. We'll see how it is at the check-ins, how many books I've completed. I'm halfway through The Hobbit right now. Another thing that I want to do is kind of like get outside more. I feel like living in New York City, it's really hard to feel connected to nature because there's not that much of it. But we do have Central Park. I live really close to a couple of other parks near me. There's a dog park that I can take my dog, my roommate's dog, to. It's just, there's a lot of options for me and I'm not taking advantage of them. And I know that if I get outside more, besides just like being at home and being at work, I will be much happier. So going down, taking myself out to the park, to the dog park, to the farmer's market. That's one thing I really want to do more of this year. Kind of just like reconnecting with anything nature related would be great for me. Another goal that I have is to bake 1 baked good a month, 1 new one, and also 1 adventure workout a month. So I don't want to go too crazy with all that stuff or else I'm just gonna overwhelm myself. And my affirmations for 2022, I have them written down right here. One of them is to live immediately. That is something that is from on the shortness of life, which is a really cool philosophy piece written by Seneca. It's just really cool. Like, it's basically a whole thing about how life is really short and your most valuable asset is your time, and that you need to live immediately. And we kind of forget that like anything could happen at any time, and we just have to try to enjoy the little things in life as much as we can before life has completely vanished and you look back and you go, oh, the only thing I did was go to school and go to work and I hated it. So I'm trying to find things that make me more happy, make me excited to go throughout life and, you know, whatever. Another one that I have, I'm sure you can kind of see some of these things. These are just other like general ideas that I have. The other one is grow as you go, because one thing that has always been a major theme in my life is that I'm always changing. I'm always trying to be the best version of myself. I know that a lot of people can resonate with that, and I'm not special for thinking this way, but I literally got "yes, I'm changing" tattooed on my body because, first of all, Tame Impala is my favorite band, but second of all, yes, you are always changing, and you can either continue to change and everyone in your life can change along with you, or the people around you can try to tear you down and you can leave them behind, because that is not healthy. You want to be moving forward and changing and getting better and learning new things and becoming a better person. Anyways, I challenge you to write out these things in a journal, in your phone, in the comments below to kind of keep yourself accountable. Just put positive energy out there for 2022. I know the past 2 years have been crazy and awful, but we always have the power to kind of like take our circumstances and grow with them. So we might as well just try to keep pushing forward and doing the best we can for the rest of this year and all the years in the future. I'm excited for all the check-ins that we're gonna have throughout this year and kind of keeping ourselves on track with our goals and stuff. So anyways, have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching this video all the way to the end. I'll see you guys next week.